Good evening, sports fans, and welcome to Gamers Web. Today we're going to take a look at Rumbleslam, the rough and tough wrestling game from TT Combat. Okay, stupid voices aside, welcome to Gamers Web. We're going to have a quick look at Rumbleslam by Tabletop Combat, or TT Combat. I'm not sure if it actually stands for Tabletop or Troll Trader, who's basically the guy who owns their eBay account. So if you do know, just drop it in the comments and let us know down below. That's down here somewhere, down there. Right, okay, so we're just going to have a quick look at this lovely game. If Blood Bowl is the ultimate sports sim for football, this is probably the ultimate sports sim for wrestling. I have played it a couple of times, but it's been a while since I've played it. But this game is quite fun and very fast, and I just recently picked up a copy. So I thought I'd show you guys, because some of you may not have seen it. Okay, so first up, there's the artwork. As you can see, it's a fantasy wrestling game. You've got someone here who looks like the Ultimate Warrior, and there's an orc, there's an halfling, there's a troll in the background, there's a dwarf, and the referee, and that's a Minotaur, although you can't see him because he's got Rumbleslam written over his head. There's a goblin just flying into the zoom, and of course your obligatory round go. Okay, on the back of the box we've got everything that comes in. Welcome to the ring. The lights are up, the ropes are tightened, and the crowds are cheering. Let's get ready to Rumbleslam. Rumbleslam is a fast-paced fantasy wrestling game for 2 or more players. It's easy to pick up, tricky to master, and lasts for 45 minutes. Rumbleslam wrestlers step into the ring to brawl, grapple, leap from turnbuckles, showboat, bounce around the ring, throwing opponents out of the ring is the aim of the game, with no small amount of black eyes added for good measure. Includes everything a budded sponsor needs to start their Rumbleslam career. 2 wrestling teams of 5 wrestlers, the Rumbleslam rulebook, a Rumbleslam game mat, 15 character and reference cards, 40 counters, 16 dice. Tonight's championship, the Heavy Pounders versus the Green Bruisers, brought to you by TT Combat. And there's a quick picture of the components. Right, so this is just straight out of the box. I've not opened it, as you can see. Now we have the TT Combat logo. Now TT Combat do some absolutely awesome MDF accessories and terrain. You've probably seen on Gamers Web. If you've not been, please go and check www.gamersweb.co.uk. The link's in the description down below. Down here again. You can see that I use a lot of TT Combat terrain with my reviews and stuff. Okay, so on the side of the box we have Rumbleslam and then the other games that TT Combat do. On the side, and the same on the other side. It's just the same picture, just reversed. Okay, let's just get straight into it. Okay, so as we look inside, we've got our wrestling mat, which is just the right size. It's made out of neoprene, so it's not going to rip very, very easily. In fact, it's quite tough. You've got your turnbuckles on it and your ropes, and if you can see, I don't really want to take it out of the bag because I don't want to get it dirty, but basically those little white dots, those are your movement dots for your wrestlers. We have a set of acrylic tokens, which is fantastic because normally they're just made out of card, but we actually get acrylic tokens in this. So lots and lots of different tokens. They've all got a wee backing on them. You just pull the backing off and you're ready to rock and roll with those. Right. Pop that to one side, like that, and there for use in the game. We have clear bases for one team, which will be, both the same actually. So one will be for the human team, or the humanoid team, the other one will be for the orc team. And as you see, the bases are clear, because you don't paint these bases, so you can actually see the dots underneath. You have your Rumbleslam dice. So you've got your cheerleader dice, which are red ones, and they can cheer and they can boo. And then you've got your actual your dice mechanic for the game itself. So you've got red, silver, and gold dice, or is it bronze, silver, and gold? I'm not sure. Yes, bronze, silver, and gold. and each of them has a different numerical value. The bronze ones have less stars on than the silver, and the silver have less stars on than the gold. So if you've got a gold as an attribute, you've got more chance of succeeding. And the cards tell you on what you need to roll. All the cards come in the little card holders, and this is the human team. So you've got the Halfling Brawler, Halfling Grappler, Human Brawler, Human Grappler, and the Ogre. And then we've also got the Orc cards as well, which are, the cards are double-sided. They give you all the special characteristics of the actual creatures or whatever. So that's, we just look at the back sides of these. So you got a troll. So he's got his actions are spinning, spin buster, dazed, blue thunder, troll toll, sorry, crowd pleaser, and regeneration. That's his special abilities, and then turn him over, and that's his actual stat card. So all the stat cards are dual-sided. So we've got the troll, we've got an orc, a goblin brawler, a goblin grappler, an orc brawler, and an orc grappler. So basically, you have 3 different types of characters. You have your brawlers, you have your grapplers, and you have your star players. So they're your MVPs. They're the main players in the game itself. Okay, so effects cards basically tells you what happens when you do a reversal and other things. Initiative, so whichever player has the initiative gets the initiative card. The basic actions you can do, reversals, and another basic actions. Right, so beat downs. These are basically so each player has got a set of cards for themselves to play with. Right. Okay. And then on to the teams. We'll give the miniatures first and we'll look at the rules. Okay, so the first team, this one is the human team. And these are high quality resin miniatures. They need a little bit of cleaning up, but they are really nice. That is a beautiful looking ogre. He's quite big and beefy. And once he's cleaned up, he'll paint up wonderfully. Now, the thing with the game is you have miniatures which are, your teams are sponsored. So we build up a team, go through the management system. It's very much like Blood Bowl, as in you can play it tournament-like. Okay, so that's the human, one of the human wrestlers. I think that's a bruiser. No, sorry, he's a grappler. He's got his arms down. And then the other one is the human bruiser. See if I can focus a little bit better on him. Again, the detail's fantastic. The faces look brilliant. They've even got a little top knot. Sorry, ponytail. Oh, and he's fallen on the floor. Right, so see if we can find his ponytail. There you go. Fantastic detail. Now, there are lots of different races as well. So you've got humans there, and the ogre, and it wouldn't be a fantasy game without your halflings. So there's a halfling, and please forgive me if I get them wrong, as in whether they're grapplers or not. And there's a other halfling. I think that one's actually the brawler. And then the larger figures. Okay, so these are going to be much bigger. We'll start with small guys first. You get 2 goblins. There we go. Goblin 1, and next to him, Goblin 2. And of course, the good thing about this, you can paint them whatever colours you really want to. Bearing in mind these are tag teams, so painting them as a tag team would be a good idea, I guess. Okay, so there's some hands, which is the only part that needs assembling by the looks of things for one of the orcs. Yep, that's all that needs assembling for the orc. You just put his hands in and glue him, and there he is away. Okay, and he's wearing his leotard. And then the same with this guy. I mean, you can really go to town on the actual uniform details. All this cleans up, like as you can see, really, really easily. I'm just picking at it gently. So I will actually clean them up properly before I prime them and get them ready for painting. And then finally the big boy in this one. He's in more than one piece because he's a big miniature. This is the troll. And okay, and there's his massive fist that goes in there, like whichever way around it goes. It's quite difficult to do. It goes that way, right? So that way, sorry. Right, so really nice miniature. All the nubbles on the back of his body and his arms. Okay, so then just put those aside for a moment. We've got the rules, and it's a full colour rule book. And it was it's written by Joshua Tonkin, and it's got lots and lots of people doing the artwork interior. So it gives you everything you need. Welcome to the ring, the history of Rumbleslam, basically all the different casinos, because it all takes place in casinos. So you've got your Gomorrah, you've got an undead casino, you've got a elven casino, you've got a dwarven casino, how to read your cards, how to read your dice, and to use your little tokens that you've just got, the acrylic ones. And then object of the game. So the object of the game is to throw your opponent out of the ring completely. If you knock them out, they're out of the game. If you throw them out of the ring, they're out of the game. And that's it. There are special maneuvers that you can do as well, special scenarios. This is just the base rules. This is the two-player set. There is another set which introduces back alley fighting, so you can do things like pick motorbikes up and hit people with them. So lots and lots of different things. And then you've got crowd pleasers, various different things. Now, as I say, it's not just the guys. There are a couple of female teams as well. There's an Amazon team which looks amazing. There are some characters that are based on people from the world of wrestling, like Rowdy Roddy Piper and Randy Savage, The Undertaker, Ultimate Warrior, all from WWF, The Rock. There's lots of them. And then you have your fantasy teams like elves, dwarves, orcs, goblins, undead. They've just released, the latest release was a set of referees, which included a very cool looking Terry Pratchett-esque Reaper. Okay, so more again using the ropes for effect, climbing turnbuckles, different abilities you can get with your turnbuckles. One of the things you can actually do in the game is pick up a smaller team member or opponent and throw them. Now, you can pick up your goblin and throw it into another character, or you can pick up your goblin and just throw it into the turnbuckle so it can actually, into the rope so it can actually do something else. Okay, so lots and lots of different things here. Game's quite fast paced. It takes place in 45 minutes, and once that's done, it's done. Okay, so you can use your crowd abilities to work up the crowd and get more bonus points for different actions as well. So the special rules, full thing on special rules, which we'll go through completely as soon as I've written my review. The review will be up on Gamers Web very shortly, and I'll do some video playthroughs as well. So you've got like a team there that look like the Hardy Boys, and then all team of ladies, and then sponsorship bonuses. So Coca-Cola, it's the taste. Would you leave home without it? So here we have some of the teams: the Heavy Pounders, which are the human team; the Runic Thunder, which are dwarves; Twisted Shadows, with a very large Gorgon in the back. And then there's the Deadly Divas. You see the Twisted Shadows, Deadly Divas. Green Bruisers, which is the other team that come in the game. Cryptborn Nightmares with a big werewolf. There's a skeleton, a zombie, an orc skeleton and a ghoul. Timber Fists, which contains 2 sprites, 2 women and a treant. The Cold Bloods, which are all reptiles of some description. There's kobolds at the front and what look like to be lizard men at the side. And then the Furry Fury, which are all rat men. Raging Beasts, which I would say they're probably shape changes, I'm not sure, without reading the rules. And then you've got some of the characters like Triple D, Statesman, Officer Reno, Comet, Ronnie Salvage, who's actually based on Randy Savage, Randy the Showman. And then Phage, Toothpick, Okishu instead of Okunishu, Python, Tartan, who's based on Ready Roddy Piper, Jester, Chuck, Gravedigger, based on the Ultimate, on Gravediggers, based on the Undertaker. I almost said Ultimate Warrior then. The Thespian, Baxter, Kara, Vitimia, and Marowak Job. There's another nice piece of artwork and an index, which is always good, and then quick reference guide at the back, and that's us. There we go. So that's the basics of Rumbleslam, which is available from TT Combat, and is really good value for money. You get 10 really nice looking resin miniatures and a full game, a neoprene mat, which would normally cost probably about £15-16 on its own. The bases, the counters you need to play the game, and the cards and the dice. All in all, really good, fantastic value for money. And I'm really looking forward to painting these guys up and showing them what they're painted, and then we can get stuck into actually showing how the game plays itself. Okay, so that's it, sports fans. As always, you can check out the links below to order your copy of this game from TT Combat directly, or you can search on eBay for Troll Trader, which is their trade name on eBay. And this has been our unboxing of Rumbleslam from TT Combat. As always, I'm Mark. Games Web. By gamers, for gamers.